Dive 786 on the Glen Strathallen in Plymouth, England. This was part of Clidive's Easter weekend in April 2025. Diving off yellow here, and I was the one who shot at the wreck, so was quite happy to come down the mooring line and find that we were right on the boilers. Quite interesting here, the boiler was absolutely full of these European spiny lobsters, or saltwater crayfish as they're also known. Almost every area of the fire rods was taken up by these, so that was quite nice to see. And we've got a couple of them in macro here. Moving around the boiler, we have a school of poor cod making their way inside the boiler. And here you can see a mix of poor cod, rock cooks, and the occasional Goldsinny wrasse. Now the Glen Strathallen is known as a splat wreck. It was purposely sunk in 1970 to train scuba divers on, but unfortunately was found to be in the way of shipping and was subsequently exploded. So the sort of central attraction is this one remaining boiler here, which is also what we can normally find on the sounder, and then the rest of the dive is more sort of a rummage round the kind of broken up remains of the rest of the ship. A colony of spiral worms here, blowing about in the surge. And then we start to make our way over the more splat section of the wreck. A spiny spider crab there on the wreck, and what was probably either a fair lead or a porthole there. And another one there, and again a spiny spider crab hanging out on the metal. Moving over some of the ribs that used to make up the hull here. And we've got a sort of small school of bib on the wreck as well. As we pan round, you can see there's actually quite a few of them here. Conditions weren't bad for this time of year, given it was only April and the start of the UK diving season. Another shot of the bib, some of which are hiding under the metal wreck here. And one of the more proud section of wreckage there. 3 spiny starfish on a rock, and there we have a female cuckoo wrasse. One of the more recognisable components that remains here. This looks like the gears of a winch, all by itself in the sand. And then heading back towards the boiler, which you can see silhouetted there. We've got a cotton spinner sea cucumber, and that was the end of our dive back where we started at the boilers.